Hello everybody, welcome back to another reading. Today we're taking a look at Nancy Pelosi, who is suspected of having some plans regarding the US elections of this and next year. So we're going to take a look and see if her plans are going to be successful or what is the result of her plans, if she has any. We're going to start by using the Urban Tarot, as you can see right there, which has very modern imagery compared to a lot of tarot decks. And if you want anything clarified, we're going to move on to the Silver Witch Tarot, which is a little bit more whimsical, medieval style, witchcraft style. Who knows? As per usual, I am an intuitive reader. I read the cards as they appear to me. So if there's any other explanation that you see in the cards that I'm not mentioning, be sure to leave that in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'm just going to start shuffling and we'll see what cards fall out. We'll talk about that, and then after that we do another round with some clarification with the Silver Witch Tarot over there, and we'll see what we get. So without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so a lot of cards fell out in bunches. We're going to take a look at what we've got here, and then we're going to see what the general story is. It started off with the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, which is usually not a great sign where it comes to wealth and spending. Justice came up as well. We have here the Princess of Swords, which is basically the page in this deck, reversed. Ace of Pentacles over here, so that's like a financial opportunity. We have here the Two of Cups reversed. That sounds to me like a falling out with somebody that you were close to. We have here the Ten of Swords reversed, internal worrying, anxiety. Ten of Swords is also a Dark Before Dawn card, but in this case it's reversed, meaning that I don't think they see that, or they don't see the dawn within themselves. Next to that, we have the Seven of Swords, which is more like a treachery type of card. This one says futility. I guess if you have plans, then they're futile to continue. This is the Nine of Pentacles, so there is some financial wealth to be gained here. Maybe certain sponsorships, I don't know. Ace of Wands is here. This one's in reverse. Actions that are not, at least initiatives, like actions that are not carried out properly, or there's something going wrong with them. We also have the Devil reversed, which is like manipulation, addiction, that type of thing. And in this case, it's more of an internal thing, like she's addicted to certain thoughts. And over here we have the Prince of Wands, which is the Knight in this deck. And knights are always like the go-getters and the more masculine version of the pages. So it's called a journalist, but I think this is somebody who is out there doing stuff or trying to get stuff done. A lot of energy and zest there. And it ends with the Six of Cups reversed. Interesting that this is the Six, because Six of Cups, if you look at this illustration real quick, Six of Cups normally is childhood stuff, and this card seems to suggest something else, so that's interesting. Alright, anyway, so reversed, so that is not very pleasurable if we do have to believe the card. That does seem to show that there are certain, once again, these two right here. These two seem to suggest that there's definitely a relationship that is going sour. That has to, or was close at some point. She may have been close with somebody and that is now turning sour. It doesn't have to be a lover situation, but could also be really good friends, really close co-workers, somebody who used to campaign with her maybe, and who's now like, nah, I'm not going to follow you on this because I don't like what you're doing. So what we see here, there is quite a lot of wealth going on. There's like this one over here as well, more pentacles over here, and there is definitely a vibe that she wants something done. Like here we have the Princess of Swords, they call that, and as you can see down here it's called the Activist, and they really are standing on that rooftop looking for things to do. Swords are mostly about speeches, talking, communication, and of course she is often on television and things like that, and so I think she might not be speaking quite truthfully. They are actually holding a megaphone, like trying to rile up the crowd. Pulling it back up again. See, this is a good card for politics, or at least a very apt card for a political election year. And since it's reversed, mostly people expect that politicians will not tell the full truth, especially during an election year. But if it's reversed like this, it's even worse, I think. So there's definitely some untruths here, or half-truths, with some financial gain on their mind, though this one's in reverse. So I think that they expect that they're going to be gaining a lot, and maybe they will be gaining something, but it's not going to be everything that they wanted, because this one is in reverse, the 10 of Wands. I was going to say the 10 of Pentacles. They're called discs in this deck, which is a little bit confusing. So there's definitely some gain here. There's some not truth-telling initiatives. I'm moving stuff around. Initiatives being undertaken to try and gain more wealth. Justice is upright here. So I'm feeling with this first row that they themselves at the very least feel that they are on the right side, so to speak. Like, okay, I'm doing this for justice. This is, and if I can gain a thing or two on the side, then that's great. And that's going to cost her some friendships. That's his first line right here. The 10 of Swords, like I said, internal feeling of darkness, almost next to the 7 of Swords, more of a treachery thing. So this might be the feelings of this person who is feeling betrayed by her actions and her trying to gain finances and personal gain out of this. So this person really has an influence on them, because otherwise they wouldn't really be showing up that much. Otherwise it'd just be like a side note, like, oh yeah, there's this guy who doesn't like it. But they really show up twice here, which is interesting to see. Then also twice close to finances. So there's somebody who doesn't like the personal gain aspect of her plans. They're really trying to go for it though. And I think that the reason why it's next to this devil here and it's reversed, the Ace of Wands, means that they really have an interest in making things happen, but there's trickery at play. Maybe she's the one who's using trickery, or somebody in her camp, or she is addicted to something. I believe people, when they are in politics for a certain age or a certain amount of time, they want something out of it. They want to close that with a positive note or some note in the annals of history. Maybe she's trying to get into that, because it also is next to this journalism over here. The journalist, the Knight of Wands, she might want people to talk about her. And maybe she's hoping that that'll make this person who is moving away from her feel like maybe they were in the wrong and she was in the right the entire time. But I don't think that's going to happen, unfortunately. So there's definitely some stuff happening. She might gain something like physically, financially from it, but I think she's going to lose more than she's actually aware of. Let's see if we can get any more information. For instance, about... let's just go for a general back row reading here. Like, what are these actions? What is the devil doing here? Let's start with that one. What is Nancy Pelosi's connection to this card? We've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. There she is. And we got more swords as well. We got the 10 of Swords again, this time upright. And we've got the Page of Wands, which is another fire card right next to the Prince of Wands, which is basically the Knight and the Page combined. Okay. So I'm once again seeing, I think this is her. She's trying to be represented by the Queen of Swords, which is Wands again. But in reverse, that means talking in a way that is manipulative, incorrect, etc. Just like the Princess of Swords over here, but this is more the mature version. Like, this is more of her speech over here, and this is more the actual message that she's trying to communicate. And also, like I said, she's trying to get into the annals. Remember that I said that? And over here we have a little fairy creature writing something in a book. So she really wants to make history here. I think that's what this is all about, and that's her addiction. She wants to be in those history records. But I don't think she has a lot of faith in her own plans, because once again the 10 of Swords is cropping up. and that's normally a darkest before dawn thing, but it's also a card that you're still in the darkness, like you're feeling like it's not going to work out. So she might be feeling that it's not going to work, and that's only going to spur on more, like we have here the Page of Wands, actions, head over heels actions, just trying to make something happen, anything happen really. So I think that's what's happening over here. I feel like drawing some more general cards to see if we can get anything else about Nancy and her plans. Okay, we have here Page of Swords. Just gonna put that over there. It's this one again, so let's jump on Echoed. Two of Swords in reverse. This is unwilling to make up your mind. Like normally Two of Swords is like nah, I don't really feel like it. It's also an unwillingness to make up your mind, but you're able to at least take off the bandage and just make a choice. Well, in this case, there's not even really that option for themselves. At least they feel like the option's not there. They don't really, well, no, I'm saying that incorrectly. They don't want to see the option. They just go, no, this is it. I don't want to choose. We're just going to go this way. Very stubborn in that regard. But there is here the Three of Chalice and Justice again. Justice is back. So she still really feels like she is on the right path, and there are people supporting her as well. The Three of Cups is like coming together, a group you're following, stuff like that. People who feel positive towards you. So I think also the people who are supporting her are spurring her on in her endeavors here. And that is what we're seeing here. So I think she feels very justified. She really wants to give it a last try. I'm getting a bit of a Biden vibe in this as well, because Biden, I think this is the last time he's going to be able to run for president. He's trying to give it his all so he can finish his career by being the next president of the United States. And I think Nancy Pelosi has a similar vibe in that sense. Like she wants to give her final hurrah thing here and make it into those records right there. It's a fun little creature, by the way. We see her twice. Also here in the Swords, the little fairy comes along a lot, see? We got them up there, right there. And in the book, they're really trying for these annals of history to get into that. So I think she's not going to give up. It doesn't really look super successful, like this Ten of Swords over here is saying, I don't know, might be a little troublesome. And of course, like we saw, there is some financial gain to be had, but it's more of a personal loss. So I don't know if she's going to be actually successful. It's just because somebody said that she would like to appoint the president, the next president. I don't know if she's going to be able to do that. Let's go back to the Urban Tarot, see if we can find any answers about that. Will she manage to appoint the next president? This card comes falling out, Five of Cups, called Disappointment. So I don't think she's going to actually manage to do that. That I think is very clear. That's probably the clearest message that we could get. It's also a cabinet, which is also a political term, with a whole bunch of stuff that has fallen. Somebody has let the bull into the china shop, and now everything's broken except for maybe Five Cups. Five of Cups is also a bit of a crying over spilled milk thing. I say that a lot, but as you can see, there are a lot of things broken, but there's also Five Cups there. Like I was saying, hello, thank you for honking. Like I was saying earlier, she's really trying to give it her all to make it to this one goal, and she's ignoring whatever else she's got going for herself there, and she's going to end up being very disappointed in that regard. So I think the tarot currently is saying, at least these cards, that she has some plans that she's really trying to go for, and ultimately she's going to be disappointed. So I hope you found that interesting. I think I'm going to leave it here. We've got quite a few cards here that give us some interesting information. If you want to have a reading on something done, make sure to let me know in the comment section below. Somebody who may have requested something earlier and hasn't seen theirs yet, but have seen other people's suggestions going up before them, don't worry, I have everything in a list, and I usually just pick whatever topic speaks to me the most on that day when I'm ready to do a reading. Your topic will make it eventually into a video, so if you want anything read, let me know in the comment section below. That rhymes. Either way, thanks for watching, hope to see you next time, and bye bye for now.